of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or on hearing naats or poems and all that. Now similarly, Ibn Kathir in his book Al-Bidayah wa Al-Nihaya says about the brother-in-law of the pride of the Muslims, the liberator of Al-Quds, Sultan Salahuddin Ayyubi, Shah Abdul Sayyid Al-Muzaffar, as to how he celebrated Milad on Rabiul Awwal. So Imam Ibn Kathir is saying about the celebration of Milad on 12 Rabiul Awwal, which is the birth of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He says he used to slaughter 5,000 sheep, 10,000 chicken, and thousands used to attend, including Sufis. Imam Ibn Kathir writes, he says that part of the Milad celebration consisted of Sama. Sama means the Mahfil of Zikr or the Naats, Nasids, which are held in praise of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or Islamic poems, as you have seen in the video also, which lasted from Zohar Salah to the Fajr Salah, which breaks for performance of Salah. He goes to say that Shah Abu Sayyid Al-Muzaffar used to aesthetically dance in Raqs with the Sufis. So even Ibn Kathir, someone like Ibn Kathir has been quoted saying and proving the Raqs of Sufis, Sufi Muslims during the time of Milad celebration. Ibn Kathir himself quotes it in his most authentic book. Now moving a little bit more forward, I will show you the quotes of a very controversial scholar who is in the history of Islam, Ibn Taymiyyah. Ibn Taymiyyah was refuted by several ulemas of Islam, the classical ulemas like Imam Dhahabi Rahmatullah Alayh, and many ulemas because of many things which he said about our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which were not very appropriate, and there are a lot of fatwas against him. But still, as he is respected by many Salafis, also known as Hadiths or Wahhabis, by many Wahhabi Muslims today living in the world. So I will quote him. The book name is Al-Ubudiyah, which translates as being a true slave of Allah. Author is Ibn Taymiyyah. Publisher is Taha Publishers. Their address is Vine Road, London, postal code and UK, and countries UK. In this book, on page number 1, the fana of the Prophets alayhi salam and awliya of Allah who have attained perfection, the fana of awliya and the righteous people. So he has differentiated fana into various kind of categories. He also says on page number, now mentioning the 3 types of fana, in the second type of fana, which Ibn Taymiyyah quotes according to him is the second type of fana, on page number 127 of this book, he says the second type of fana is oblivion towards others, which is attained by many of those who follow the path, tariqah, because their hearts are strongly attracted to remembering, worshipping and loving Allah, and distracted from nothing, anyone or anything else. Nothing crosses their mind except thoughts of Allah. They are not even aware of anything else. He again says here, nothing crosses their mind except the thoughts of Allah. They are not aware of anything else. Then he quotes a Quranic verse which says, but there came to be a void in the heart of the mother of Musa. He was going almost to disclose his case. Had we not strengthened her heart with faith, they said her heart was oblivious too. Now on page number 128, Ibn Taymiyyah says, If this kind of fana overwhelms a person, his focus on Allah becomes so intense that he is no longer aware of anything else, not his own existence or the zikr he is doing, and everything diminishes in his senses. Ibn Taymiyyah again says, like I again quote Ibn Taymiyyah saying on page number 128 of this book, if this kind of fana overwhelms a person, his focus on Allah becomes so intense that he is no longer aware of anything else or his own existence or the zikr he is doing, and everything diminishes in his senses. Every created being, the person, himself and everyone else, and there remains only the Lord. He is meant is that everything is diminished in person's perception, so that no longer notices or remembers anything, and is quite oblivious of what is going on around him. So Ibn Taymiyyah has himself supported fana, ecstasy, in which a person goes and just remembers Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is so much focused on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is so much loves Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so much that due to zikr or due to extreme love or fear of Allah, he totally loses control of his body, doesn't has any senses, becomes senseless, and has no clue of what is going on around him. Similarly, Ibn Taymiyyah quotes in the same, says in the same page number 128, if this feeling becomes so strong that a person becomes so confused and can no longer make proper distinctions, he may think that he is his beloved, as it was said that a man fell into water and the one who loved him threw himself after him. The former said, I fell in by accident. What made you fall? And the latter said, I was so overwhelmed with love that for you that I thought I was you. Now Ibn Taymiyyah here is even saying that if the feeling becomes so strong that a person becomes so confused and can no longer make proper distinctions, in the state of ecstasy, his thinking capability he loses his thinking capability. Now Ibn Taymiyyah wasn't a Sunni, he wasn't a Sufi, he is a controversial scholar which is respected by Wahhabis and by Salafis mainly. So these are his own words, you can see what he said here. He really said something which normal people who follow him don't say or don't even think about. They think this is shirk or anything like that, but Ibn Taymiyyah is supporting it fully here. Now similarly, Ibn Taymiyyah writes on page number 129 on the fana of awliya, he says that the fana of awliya and the righteous people who are striving in the right direction even though they are not perfect. And about the second type of fana of awliya, he states some of the Sufi sheikhs experience this kind of oblivious and intoxication where they are unable to make proper distinctions, and when they are in a state they may say words which when they come around they realize are wrong. Such stories are reported about. Now Ibn Taymiyyah has openly supported the fana, the Sufis, the fana, the ecstasy, the wajd, the swoon, in which the Sufis, many Muslims go into, and his words are in front of you from this book. Now I think after quoting the Quran, the Sahih Hadiths, many imams and many scholars of Islam of the past, I think it should be clear to all the Muslim brothers and sisters that this video which they are seeing is not something which is newly invented in Islam. This has been the practice of Muslims throughout ages. From the start of Islam, this has been the practice of Sahabas, the Salaf, and the Tabi'in, the Taba Tabi'in, and the imams of Islam, the classical scholars of Islam who have supported it, and people who go into ecstasy, Muslims like this, and zikr of mahfils like this have existed from the beginning of Islam. I hope everything is clear. Now I will explain some of the misconceptions in the video